Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is UJ back with another video. Um, if you haven't seen the past video that I did a few days ago on man coverage and what to expect in Madden 26, check that out. Go hit the like button on it. If you're a new viewer, sub to the channel if you're new. I got about this one and the three more topics that I want to discuss with Madden 26. And also, if you a college football player, you can use the same logic with college football 26. So they're on the same engine and they share a lot of the same features this year. With Madden being on the current gen finally, and they left the PS4s and the older Xbox behind. So now they're just strictly on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC. You know what I mean? So in that video, I discussed man coverage. In this video, I'll be discussing zone coverage. Zone coverage is a hot topic, not for a good thing. Man coverage was too OP, and zone coverage can piss you off because a lot of times they don't actually do what you tell them to do. Now, I can vouch in college football 26, the zones are a lot better than they previously have been. I don't know if it's because a lot of these players got abilities on them in college, or like I said, or the ratings can be high, or a lot of them are really fast. We won't find that out until we get our hands on Madden 26 to see the comparison. Hopefully, it's because they actually improved the game. So these paragraphs that I'm gonna be reading are excerpts from the blog, the deep dive gameplay blog that they put out. I think it was in June, but a lot of people didn't read the blog. I read the blog, but after playing college football 26 and seeing how that played, I think I have a little bit more understanding and knowledge on how I'm expecting it to play based on how college football 26 is playing. So we're gonna start with the first paragraph. This is discussing the alignment of the safeties. Alignment of the safeties, which is a much-needed feature, man. Like, you can have it aligned to bring your safeties in the box. You can have your safeties deep and prevent. If you're dealing with Tyreek Hill, you just like, I'm gonna just have him back there so I won't get hit with streaks. You know what I mean? You can do a lot of that. You can get real creative with your defenses this year. So let me read this, and like I'm gonna put these I'm gonna have these the paragraphs on the screen for y'all so y'all can read along. It says, we've added a new coach adjustment that allows you to adjust the alignment of your safeties on defense. Your safeties can play deep, which is 25 yards off the line, prevent, which is 32 yards off the line, tight, which is 5 yards off the line, or close, which is 8 yards, in addition to the default alignment from the called play. So that's straightforward. You know what I mean? They gave you the distances of each of those coaching adjustments for your safeties. Depending on if maybe you're dealing with, you playing Miami with a lot of speed, you might want your safeties a little bit back. You know what I mean? Maybe you playing a team that don't have no speed. Maybe they run the ball, you're dealing with a runner. You can bring your safeties and put them at tight. 5 yards, they like literally in the box. You can bring them like that to play against the run. So you got a lot of variety now this year on defense. It says, continuing, it says, you can also adjust the safety's width to spread, wide, and pinch. So basically what that is you can set your safeties to be wide, meaning damn near on the sidelines. You can set them to be pinched damn near like in the middle of the field. If you want to defend the seams, like I'm telling you, man, you can get busy with the adjustments this year, man. I'm excited for that. Um, let's see. It says you can even adjust the midpoint with the options being left, right, strong, weak, away from passing strength, to the field hash or to the boundary hash. You can align your safeties to get involved versus the run, get deeper to not give up any big plays, and everything in between to keep your opponent guessing. And you can do this from down to down. If your opponent is 3rd and 25, how many times your safeties get blown past? Now you can have your safeties at 25 just to be safe. They don't have to drop back there. They're already back there. You know what I mean? Now be mindful too with your safeties bet that deep. If he throws a post to the middle of the field, your safeties are far back, so then they're running down towards him, and he's running running towards him. So that can be dangerous as well. So that's how football is though, man. High risk, high reward. You know what I mean, when it comes to these adjustments, but at least EA is giving us the option to do so. Most people not going to use it, but players like me, I use a lot of this stuff, especially on defense. So and that's going to be fun. The next paragraph. Is your opponent trying to RPO you into the ground? Not so fast. New adjustments will allow you to dictate how your AI defenders play versus reads and peak RPOs. You can decide when you want them to play the run first or the pass first. This is key, man. Like in last year's Madden, I think Madden 23 was or 22 or 23 was the first year. Correct me in the comment section if you remember. I think it was 23, but it could have been 22. But I think it was 23 where RPOs was introduced to the game, man. And EA been fighting an uphill battle to get the defense to play it right, man. Y'all know how frustrating it is, man. You man them up, you got a hard flat out there, purple. They trying to play the run. Your safeties get bugged out and trying to play the run. So now what I've been doing in college football is I've been putting the pass key on conservative, which will make your DBs play their respective zone coverage responsibilities, no matter if he handed off or not. You know what I mean? That's how I want. Let me shoot the gap myself. I don't need you trying to stop the run. You know what I mean? Because when it's a regular run play, you ain't even trying to stop the run. So just stay over there. You know what I mean? So that's huge, man, for people that like to spam RPOs on you. You set that feature, man, and they'll stay out there. They'll stay out there to combat those RPOs while you handle the run fit responsibilities yourself, like your linebackers and everything like that. You can actually set that. You can also, it's been like this, you can also set the option for the quarterback. Like if you playing Lamar Jackson and he want to hold on to the ball, you can set the option to the read key to commit to the quarterback or contain the quarterback. You can set it like that. So they ain't worrying about the run. You just want that defensive end to stay out there. So Lamar, if he keeps it, he can make the tackle. But it is Lamar, so even then, with the juke and everything in the game, we'll discuss that in a future video. It might get real crazy. So it says, with these new options, it was important to us to also improve the usability. When using zone drops, you'll see the player update. You'll see the player update, and you'll have the ability to reset your adjustments to default by clicking the LS and the L3 button. So cover four match in general is really, really good when you know what you're doing. I started using match like probably in 22, Madden 22, and Madden 23. Then Madden 24 match was broken, so I went away from it. Then Madden 25, I got back into match, and I'm a match player. Like, I love match. And I don't just run cover four when I do adjustments. I do adjustments so crazy because I'm trying to bait them into I'm never coming out with this just match. cover four and by default stop and run it, because it's too easy to beat if you know what you're doing. But new to cover four, it says new 4 strong tips, new 4 strong trips and bunch logic for route concepts that send a back out of the backfield to a trip side. We've added a new push check to our quarters and palms coverages. This dynamic adjustment pushes or bumps the coverage over to the trip side and forces a man match on the receivers as they get into their routes, rather than relying on spot drops to cover 4 threats on the side. This check makes defenders more intelligent about which receivers to leverage and less likely to blow the coverage when number 4 becomes number 1. So if y'all don't understand what they're talking about, you have formations like Y-off trips, you know what I mean, or bunch strong, where the running back is on the trip side or the running back is on the bunch side. You understand? And if anybody don't know, when you run a match and people have 4 eligible receivers on one side like that, it disables your match principles, and from that point you're just in a cover 4 drop defense. You know what I mean? And that's how people were able to disable your match principles in the past. But now EA finally adjusted that, so now your defense will still be matching. Your defense will still be matching, but even though they have the 4 eligible receivers to one side, your defense is still matched, which is a good thing for match users. If you struggle with match, that might not be a good thing for you. But it's a good thing for me. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. Let me know if y'all use match or cover or zone drops in the comments section. But also the next topic, zones. We have a lot more than man coverage, because zone is a lot more layered than man coverage is. Man coverage is man coverage, you know what I mean? But zones, you gotta actually know what you're doing, what zones you're putting out there against what formation. So the next thing is deep halves. The deep halves, if y'all been watching my streams, man, or just not even watching my streams, but just playing the game yourself, you know deep halves was horrible. Deep halves was the worst last year than it's ever been in college football 25 and Madden 25. So this year EA attacked this. It says, we've improved the AI of our deep half defenders so that they reach their landmarks quicker and with more urgency as they gain more depth. Players should feel more confident using cover 2 coverages, which aligns closely with the current NFL trend of non-traditional Tampa 2 coverages. If y'all don't know, man, Tampa 2 coverage or cover 2 coverages is like one of the most called coverage in the NFL. You know what I mean? With those 2 deep high safeties. The Eagles played a lot. With Reed Blankenship and CJ Gardner-Johnson over the top. That's why you have Q Mitchell able to play underneath and then help an older veteran cornerback like D. Slay not have to worry about really getting cooked over the top and different things like that. And the Eagles, depending on those linebackers and that pass rush, you know what I mean? Basically keep everything in front of you. And that defense is a defense that if you familiar with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the era of Warren Sapp, Rondé Barber, John Lynch, Derrick Brooks, that defense, they played cover 2. That's why, hence the name Tampa 2. If y'all didn't know, that's how I got the name Tampa 2. They mastered it. They beat my Eagles, you know what I mean, in the NFC Championship game using that against McNabb and the boys. But yeah, so that's a good thing for players like me. I love to play aggressive underneath to jump those routes. I love to put seam routes out there. I love to put soft squats and hard flats and different things like that. And when you're doing that, and I'm talking about with my outside receiver, and when you're doing that, the last thing you want is your deep half to like be in the middle or not play. the assignment of playing over the top. So now, when they strafing real slow and they don't necessarily get over the top and they get burnt, now they'll be moving with a little bit more urgency. And I see that in college football, so I can vouch for that. If it plays like college football, I can vouch for that. That's exactly what I see. So I play a lot of aggressive defense now out of cover 2 and different things like that. Cover 6, cover 9, different things like that with hard flats on the outside receivers. And then I make my own defense on the fly. So that's an excellent thing, man. If you like me and you like to play aggressive and pick off these short routes and different things like that. Now, us catching the picks is another thing. If you play college football 26, you know how that's going right now. So let's move on to the next topic. And I went over this. I'm not gonna read this. I read this in the last video, but I'm gonna put it on the screen because maybe some people don't know this, and it's the first video that they watch. But this is basically talking about no eyes, no pick. Basically, with your back towards the ball, you won't get those Michael Jordan, LeBron James jumping reverse dunk picks that these DBs and linebackers will get in the past. They're not going to get that. So if you want, you can, in a lot of these things, just pause it, man. If you want to read the paragraph, just pause the video, read it, and then continue with the video. Let's move on to the next one. It says zone drop and custom zone flat. Zone defenders will now sprint instead of backpedal to their desired depth when set to 20 yards or more, which makes them play with more urgency and allows them to get to their spot faster. Now, basically what this is talking about is when you trying to beat those corner routes and you got your cloud on 25 and they're just taking a good old time, scooting backpedaling, trying to get back there, and they don't necessarily get back there. You know what I mean? And you like, yo, like, I got you on 25. Now they'll backpedal, they'll run, they'll probably, they'll sprint. They'll turn around and sprint to get back there. I love that right there. That's beautiful right there that they added that to the game. Like I said, man, zones got some love this year. Next one, increased touch height for swats to give defenders more balanced reactions to high ball throws and deep rat catches. So now you'll get, those jumping picks. Now they're gonna give you those jump swat animations when people high balling it, spamming high balls, and they throwing it to Tyreek Hill, and you got your guy back there. Now, if he's back there, he'll be able to reach up and jump higher and swat it, man. I love that. They have improved mid-air interaction logic for defenders so that the interactions look and feel more realistic and situation specific, especially versus high ball throws. For users, it improves the effectiveness of using the play receiver mechanic. Yeah, so I think there's a button for play receiver in the game where you get the knockouts, you get the strip. I think it's square. So now you have more animations and logic to better suit that, so you don't feel like you have to always go for the pick. Because a lot of times, man, if you go for these play the receiver and swat it and that ball pops up in the air, a lot of times, man, if you have defenders, if they make bad reads in traffic, a lot of your defenders can pick the ball off the tip. So that's another good thing, man. In this last slide, man, these is basically, if you don't know, man, abilities in Madden has got a huge nerf since they added them into the game. If you don't know, man, basically the abilities trigger every single time in Madden. So whether you Derrick Henry with Tank and these abilities where he's running through guys, or if you got deep knockout zones, or if you got anything like that, mid zone, or like you got the abilities like Mark Andrews and Kelsey got, where they just catching the ball every single time because they got those abilities, man. Those days are long gone, man, because the abilities got completely nerfed. in a future video, I'll show the whole list of abilities. Unfortunately, the abilities that I wish would get nerfed, the throwing abilities didn't get touched. They're like the only abilities that didn't get nerfed. So they'll still get those. They'll still be throwing those crossbody throws every single time accurate. That's a downer right there. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Just, I ain't. But in this list, man, you'll see pass protector, run protector, pick artist, short route KO, flat zone KO, mid zone KO, deep out zone KO, deep end zone KO, deep route KO, medium route KO, outmatched, one step ahead, outside shade, inside shade, lurk artist, deep zone KO, tackle supreme, enforcer, secure tackler, and unfavorable. And there's many more. When I speak about the offense, I'll show the offensive abilities that's getting nerfed. Again, none of the quarterback throwing abilities got touched. But as you can see, man, a lot of these abilities, and this for MUT too, it goes for MUT too. So if you're a MUT player, the game would be a lot better because the knockouts, just because you got knockouts, they cut that in 50%. So let's say you driving, and let's say on your first 2 drives, he got the not zones triggered. But on the next 2 drives, on 3rd and 4th down, maybe they don't trigger. And maybe you can throw the ball and complete a pass. So 50% of the time, it's cut in half. So that's a beautiful thing, man. Let me know what y'all think about the zone coverage changes and additions that they're adding to the game. I think all of it is good. The execution of it, we gotta wait and see. So far in college, I feel like it's playing really, really good. The only thing is, man, when your players are in position to pick the ball off, they don't pick the ball off. Now, since the update of College Football 26, I've been getting a lot more picks and a lot less drop picks than we was in the beginning. So I think the defense is actually playing really good right now. Let me know what y'all think and what y'all expect, man. And is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Do you run man coverage? Are you a zone coverage user? Hit that like button, sub to the channel if y'all new. And I'll see y'all in the next video. In the next video, I'm gonna be discussing player movement. That's gonna be a short video, but I'm gonna be discussing player movement. I'll talk to y'all in the next video.